Perhaps it was arranged by fate. Waxing Station had designated Fang Mingquan to host the live broadcast of Starry Cup in Black Hawk Division. Contest Center was, after all, only a temporary show and went off the air soon after the contest. It will resume until the contest next year. Since Fang Mingquan had no shows to host at this point, he chose to host the live broadcast of Starry Cup in Black Hawk Division when asked to choose his next show. Fang Mingquan and Ha Sein seemed to have been brought together by fate once again. But Fang Mingquan did not know that Dollar was a student at Black Hawk. At the moment, Fang was quite distressed because he did not know which items he should cover. Because there were many items, some of them were arranged at the same time. As he had brought limited manpower, he had to pick and choose which ones to cover. Liu, what were the traditionally strong items of Black Hawk? Fang Mingquan asked his assistant while checking some data. Liu did some searching on his smart device and quickly replied. Black Hawk's strongest item is men's singles in martial arts. In last year's Starry Cup, they got the third place in the final of the entire alliance. The student who won is still studying here. His name is Ouyang Xiaosan, and he has also signed up this year. Any other strong item? Fang Mingquan asked. Not much. Their Warframe Society and Hand of God Society had good performance, which was not that outstanding across the alliance. They were both top 20 to top 10. Liu looked at the data and said with a smile, but it is interesting that with a terrible record in archery, Black Hawk had recruited lots of students specialized in archery this year. I believe they will do much better than in previous years. Archery? Fang Mingquan slightly frowned. Archery was, after all, an unpopular game. The popular ones in the alliance were mainly related to aircraft, warframe or combat. Archery was quite peripheral, because most people were even more willing to see a game of firearm. Anchor, the only highlight in Black Hawk will be martial arts. We should cover Ouyang Xiaosan's games and throw in some warframe in Hand of God matches in between, suggested Liu. Still 2 days until the games start. We can decide after learning more about Black Hawk. Fang Mingquan looked at the time. It's late. Let's call it a day. We have been working all night. Some snacks now would be a good idea. Fang Mingquan and Liu left the room assigned to them by the school and went to a cafeteria. It was midnight. The cafeteria was almost empty and food was still being sold at pay smart machines. Fang Mingquan looked inside the hall, and only one student was sitting in the corner, eating. Fang then took the food they just bought and sat opposite the student. Fellow, you are eating so late, sitting opposite the student, Fang Mingquan said with a smile. Fang believed that the student would recognize himself, because, judging from his age, the student must be in First God's Sanctuary and should have watched Contest Center, of which Fang was the host. Ha Sein looked up and did not recognize Fang. He had read and appreciated A King Marches in Loneliness, written by him, but he had no time to watch Contest Center. That was why he had heard of Fang Mingquan, but had never seen his face, and thus could not have recognized him. Because I just finished training and felt a bit hungry. Ha Sein looked at Fang Mingquan and Liu, wondering who they were, as they were a bit too old to be students. Fang Mingquan was a little disappointed that Ha Sein did not recognize him, but soon let it go. He asked casually while eating, "What is your name? And which department are you from?" Quote, Ha Sein, Archery Department, Ha Sein answered simply. Archery Department. Fang Mingquan and Liu were surprised that they had met a specially enrolled student the first day they had arrived. Fang Mingquan looked Ha Sein up and down. So you are from the Department of Archery. Have you applied for Starry Cup? Which items in archery did you sign up for? Quote, none in archery. Ha Sein smiled. What did you sign up for then? Liu could not help but asked. Warframe, Ha Sein said. So you are in the Warframe Society? Liu asked. No, I'm in the Heavy Warframe Society. Ha Sein laughed. Liu knew what the Heavy Warframe Society was about since he had graduated from a military school as well. That society was most likely full of people who were just wasting their time. Fang Mingquan said with a smile, Heavy Warframe Society is also a society of Warframe. Sein, you must be great at that then. Which items did you sign up for? Quote, I have enrolled in all the items, with one exception due to a time conflict. Ha Sein thought about it and said. Liu was even more convinced that Ha Sein was a dawdler. Although there were many Warframe items, the differences between them were huge. Most people would focus on 1 to 2 items to strive for the best results possible. So, what kind of performance can we expect from you? Fang Mingquan asked with a smile. I will try to get championship in all the items I have signed up for, Ha Sein casually replied. Liu almost choked on his drink when hearing his reply. After coughing for a while, Liu cast an odd gaze at Ha, fellow, I think you should sign up for more items then, such as Hand of God. The more championships the better, right? Quote, Hand of God is boring. Ha Sein did not care about the irony in Liu's words. Why? Fang Mingquan was quite curious. Because all the opponents are too weak, said Ha Sein casually. Liu regarded Ha Sein, unable to believe what he had heard. Liu felt that students nowadays were so arrogant that they would say anything just to impress others.